Hi, I'm John from Banana Baby, and in this video we are going to take a look at the GB Pockit All City. Now this is the All City model. Basically it just means the wheels are single wheels, they're not the double wheels. The All Terrain, the GB Pockit All Terrain has the double wheels. The purpose of the double wheels in that model is so then it doesn't actually fall into the little cobblestones and all that in Europe. But so the main difference between the GB Pockit All City and the All Terrain, besides the wheels, so this is single wheel, the All Terrain is double wheels, also is the canopy. So this one has the nicer canopy, it actually behaves like a canopy. The All Terrain is just a flip. And also it has a little footrest, which is kind of nice. You won't see that in the All Terrain. Now here's the funny part. The GB Pockit All Terrain is actually more compact. So it actually has the Guinness Book World Record as the most compact stroller on the market. The All Terrain, it is rather complicated to fold. This is where the All City comes in. So if the GB Pockit All Terrain is the world's smallest folding stroller, this is the second smallest folding stroller. It is by far much more easier to fold than the GB Pockit All Terrain. So let's have a look at some of the features of it before we talk any further. So the GB Pockit All City is nice and light. It's, I believe, around 6 kilograms, which is what the spec says. It's suitable from newborn upwards. So it is suitable from 6 months up to 22 kilos. So you can have your child sitting in an upright position like this. So in Australia, all the brakes are red, so it's all locked in. You can see the brakes, and we undo the brakes. So all the brakes in Australia are red for legal requirements. And also now to recline the child's seat, the button at the back, it comes down. So as you see, this is suitable from 6 months upwards. So because it's using the strap method, you can actually recline at different heights as you need to, but the maximum recline is just up to here. That recline is not suitable from newborn. It is 6 months upwards. Basically, once your child can support the neck, you're quite sufficient to use this one. And it is quite strong. It does look very fragile, but it is quite strong, which takes up to 22 kilograms. And now I'm just going to put this up. And again, I showed you this at the beginning. There is a footrest, so if your child wants a little bit of comfort, this one does give them a little bit of foot, and that's it. That goes down. And then the canopy is quite nice. I do like the canopy. It just works. And now I'm going to show you the buckle system. The GB's buckle system, you had to open it, you have to push the front button, and then there's also a button at the back. So I'm going to push it, and it just explodes apart. The thing about it all breaks apart. So this is actually beyond standard requirements, because some countries you would have the buckle locked together like that. But obviously with standards and all that, this proves to be a strangulation risk. So now they all just break apart. With that extra safety comes along with extra complexity. So you have to join, there are 2 dots here. You need to join those 2 with the other 2 dots in this one. So just join them together, hold it in place, and then slide it back in. And again, we do it on this side. And we just hold it, slide it back in. And that goes in. Now, the other thing you find is on other strollers, you have little holes where, based on as your child grows, you move the harness up to the higher position. But this one here, you just basically pull it up. So as you see, this one's at the high position, is low. Just pull it up and down. It's a nice little adjustment, so there's no holes in there. This is halfway, this is all the way down. Both of them are all the way down, which is pretty neat. And then, of course, you can make other adjustments. Mind you, it's slightly childproof. Most kids might just push the front, not realizing that you have to push the back to engage the buckle system. So I'm just going to put this back together, which isn't too hard. Don't know what happens, whether you need to fight the child for it, but I'm sure, like anything, everything appears to be complicated, but once you work it out, it's not that hard. Now, here is the feature that we all want to know, the folding. So this one here is really, You know, it's the smallest one on the market, second smallest, you know, according to the world. And then the other thing we want to know is how does it fold? It's actually quite easy. So you just press these two white buttons here at the top, come down like that, and then fold it in. And then all these, you see that footrest there? It tucks in, and that's it. It's so small. It is so small, it's obviously cabin approved. So you can take this on board the flight with you. To open up, just unlock this little white trigger. Oops. That's it. It's so easy. The other model, the more smaller model, opens up the same thing, but it's actually, there's quite a lot of steps to fold the other one. This is so simple. Look, it's just nice. Go like that, fold, done, and off you go. And that's it. Look, we really do like the GB Pockit. It's actually very affordable. It's definitely one that is great to go on holiday with. I can easily recommend just throw one at the back of your boot, you know, in case you forget your bigger pram. You got this ready to go. It's just so easy to use. Now, I really need to check to see if this is actually under 6 kilos or around the 6 kilo mark. So I'm going to use the scale to really check to see how heavy this thing really is. So I'm just going to put it through. Well, okay, so what I'm getting is 6.2 kilograms. Most carry-ons are 7 kilograms, so this obviously would meet the requirement. Even budget airlines, some budget airline like Scoot, it's 10 kilogram carry-on, but most carry-ons on most flights are 7 kilograms, so this obviously would meet it with no issue whatsoever. Sizing wise, yeah, of course, this is smaller than your typical carry-on luggage. The dimensions are on the spec, so you can look on our website, but otherwise, seriously, I'll measure it for you. So here, this is my measurements. Obviously, you can put it into a bag and it's more compact. So you can buy a bag with it. So this one here, I'm just being really loose here, okay? So this is about 23 cm by about 35 cm. And this is about 48 cm. It's small, okay? This one will fit in some carry-on luggages. That's how small this thing is. But nevertheless, I love this one. Goes like this, like that. Very easy to use. Shopping basket, still enough to put in some of the essential stuff. Fantastic one to have on holidays, but as I said, it's also a fantastic one to have the back of your car. So the GB Pockit All City is now available at Banana Baby.